Hello, Ramley and other family. I'm Payotime. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. In this video, I'm going to go through many of the Rams' upcoming notable free agents. And some of them are unrestricted, some are restricted free agents. And we're going to go through them one by one. I'm going to say if I think the Rams will re-sign them or not re-sign them. If you agree or disagree with me, let me know in the comments below. All right, let's get into this. The first one is Von Miller. Let's get the elephant out of the room here. Everyone's talking about it. I personally think the Rams will work out a deal with Von Miller. I don't know how long it will be, how lucrative it'll be. The reality is if he were to walk, he's gonna find a job somewhere. But I do see the Rams making this a priority signing this offseason. Darious Williams, our cornerback. I'm sad to say it, I think we're gonna let him walk. Just the way that the Rams' history of with safeties and corners. To be honest, you did see a little bit of regression this year from last season. It hurts because I'm a huge fan of D. Williams, but I think they're gonna let him walk. Sony Michel, running back. So we traded for Sony Michel from last offseason when Cam Akers went down. I have a hard time believing that the Rams would pay big money to Sony. I think on a team-friendly deal, he comes back. I'm going to lean that he is coming back as my guess, but I'm not super confident in it. Austin Corbett, right guard. Okay, the O-line is going to be so interesting because I think we actually are going to see some change this offseason to it. Corbett is someone, again, we traded for him from the Browns a couple of years ago. I could see us keeping him, but I think we're gonna let him walk. I think he'll seek bigger money than what the Rams can afford to pay him. Odell Beckham Jr. I'm optimistic we are gonna get this deal done. I know a lot is up in the air with his injury and things like that, but he did say he would take a team-friendly deal. He seems to want to stay in LA, and I think LA wants him to stay in LA. So I think Odell Beckham Jr. will be back. Donte Deayon, our corner. Again, another corner, same with Darious Williams. Out of the two, I think there's probably a greater chance of Donte Deayon coming back. However, I do think the Rams will let him test free agency, and I think he will get kind of snatched up by another team, similar to kind of Troy Hill last year. Brandon Powell. So he was our, amazing return ace that kind of came to us halfway through the season. I think we find a way to re-sign him. I think he contributed enough to this team to find an important role. And there's an argument that he's one of the more underrated Rams on this roster. I think we find a way to bring Brandon Powell back. Tight end Johnny Mundt. As we let tight ends walk like Gerald Everett last year, history would incline me to believe that we'll let him walk. I think we let him taste free agency. I don't know how many teams would be interested in him, just not for lack of talent or anything like that. I think he's a solid role player tight end. I think we find a way to bring Johnny back. I don't see him being a big signing. I think that could be a strategic signing that the Rams can bring him back on a team-friendly deal. Buddy Howell, running back. I think he's been with this team kind of on and off. I don't see us signing Buddy. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. Maybe he comes back in a practice squad role. Joesph Noteboom, he's been kind of a swing tackle. He did have some injury, so unfortunately he missed the Super Bowl. I could see us bringing Joesph Noteboom back, especially if Big Whit retires. He's going to be one of the most interesting players. I do think that we are going to find a way to bring Joesph Noteboom back. I want to. I think he's talented, and I think he's a good locker room guy, and he's someone you can trust to be a starter in this league. A lot will depend on his recovery as well. Coleman Shelton, he's a guard for us. It's tough, but I really think we're going to see a lot of change in this offensive line. I could see us letting Coleman Shelton walk, and the reality is we can't re-sign everybody. Maybe we can, but to my knowledge, we're going to have to let some players walk. And I think Coleman Shelton is one of those players we let walk. Jamil Demby, again, we haven't seen a whole lot from him. Wouldn't surprise me if he's back in some kind of backup role or practice squad. but I don't see him getting big money elsewhere or big money with the Rams, so could be back. Center Brian Allen. Interesting. Another, again, Noteboom and Allen on that O-line. This O-line offseason is just going to be so interesting to see what the Rams do. If Allen tests markets, he's going to get overpaid by someone. I don't see the Rams bringing him back. It's unfortunate. Unless it's, a team-friendly deal, I just don't see Allen coming back, unfortunately. Kicker Matt Gay. I think Matt Gay will be back. He's been a great kicker, very consistent, and I'd be surprised if Matt Gay wasn't back on this roster next year. We don't want to go through a kicker carousel ever again. Ogbonnia Okoronkwo, I always mess up his name. It's tough. Again, he plays the edge. We can find players that can replace his production. It's tough because I know a lot of fans love Obo, but I think the Rams will let him walk. Sebastian Joesph Day. This hurts because, he's been one of my favorite players on the Rams, and this year there was so much hype coming in to the year for him. However, he did get injured. I think, the Rams will let him walk, and he'll have to sign a prove-it deal with another team. It's unfortunate because I do think he is talented. I could be wrong, but I don't see, with the offseason moves this team has to make, I don't see us keeping Sebastian Joesph Day. Backup quarterback John Wolford. I think they bring him back. I think the locker room likes him. I think McVay likes him. He knows their system. I don't think McVay wants to draft a rookie QB. And I think that John Wolford, though he's not Matt Stafford, I think he does bring stability to that backup position. And I think they'll find a way to keep John Wolford in as the backup quarterback. Linebacker Troy Reeder. Reeder was so good this year. I know he had a couple of bad games, but he did have some really good games as well. I think they find a way to bring Troy Reeder back. I think that, again, it's a linebacker, so you never know. We have a history of letting linebackers walk. It's tough to say. Again, another one of those close ones, but I think we find a way to bring Troy Reeder back. Travin Howard, I see him coming back. I'm not going to talk a lot about him. The Rams have exclusive rights to him. I could see him coming back. He only played just over 100 snaps with the Rams this year, and I see that being a kind of a no-brainer of him coming back. Anyway, that's it from me. Let me know if there's anything you disagree with of what I said. And the reality is the Rams are going to have to re-sign some players, but we are going to have to look for free agent signings of our own to replace talent. But also we are going to have to look through the draft. We're going to have some picks, and we got to, especially this O-line. I don't know what this O-line is going to look like next year. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. We're going to have tons of fun coverage throughout the offseason. We're going to do some fun stuff. And if you love talking football, feel free to subscribe. Go Rams, horns up, and peace out. Let's go Rams. Haha.